Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers and people who want to smell simply amazing. Welcome back to my channel, Centaur Fragrance Channel. My name is Benjamin. I'm your host. I'm the creator of this channel. Here I am. And this fragrance is called Nuit de Foie. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. I believe it's French, but it's from the house of Louis Vuitton. Before we review and talk about this fragrance here today, in the comment sections below, let me know, are you excited to hear about this fragrance, Louis Vuitton? What's your favorite oud fragrance? Do you dislike oud? Are you scared of oud? And are you ready for this oud review? That's what we got on our hands today. I know that some people love it and some people hate it. We got an oud fragrance. So this fragrance here is quite intense. It has white incense, black incense, an infusion of leather, they say, and of course their oud. Now they don't tell us particularly what oud is in this fragrance, but I have it sprayed on my arm. I don't know if I want to do another spray, honestly. It's a very intense oud. There are darker elements to this oud mixed in. It's dark, it's smoky, it's very, very intense, and there is some animalics. Actually, the quality here is actually quite good for a Western oud. I don't know how much naturals are going into this oud, but again, the notes behind these Louis Vuitton fragrances, or most of them, including this fragrance, is Jacques Cavallet, and he's a master perfumer as far as I know. This fragrance is very well done, but this is for somebody who wants a very daring fragrance. At first, when I smelled this fragrance, I hadn't looked up the notes yet, and I just smelled it. I smelled it and blind got it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a oud rose combination. I know what this is. So you got the punch in the face, from the oud, and then you got this intense smoky incense and this darkness and some muskiness almost, and the rose never showed up. The rose never softened the combination or this, creation and this DNA, and the rose didn't come to sweeten things up. So I don't know how many people like the rose oud combo. Some people seem to be very bored of it, and some people are still so scared of oud or unfamiliar with it that they've never really given oud or rose oud combos a chance. Anyways, this fragrance, without the rose, it really makes this fragrance more woody and more daring, and there is that black incense with that black smoke and that intensity. It is quite strong, and it almost has a balsamic, dry, almost salty, savory quality to this woodiness, to this fragrance. If you happen to like oud wood or that or smoky, woody kind of fragrance, this might be something that you really like. This fragrance, though, for a lot of people, is just going to be way too daring, a little bit strange, and I do like incense, and I sometimes even like smoky fragrances, but this is really about as far as I would ever go. This is really on the deep side of being smoky and being incensey and actually smelling like smoke. Both incense and smoke. Again, I try to make it a point. Those are two different things, but it has both of that in this fragrance. There is an infusion of leather, softening up the fragrance a little bit, rounding out the edges, helping things come together a little bit better. But the leather here is very light. I don't detect a lot of it. And it just softened things up just a little bit. I think that this is a fine fragrance. I do find it a little bit more original, but we'll talk about the price later into the video, so please don't go away. But again, it's just a little bit of a rugged fragrance. You have to be rugged. You have to have a lot of charisma to pull off this fragrance, or it's going to wear you. Again, a dark, intense, woody, smoky fragrance, and a little bit animalic to boot. So it's not going to be for everybody. This fragrance here, performance-wise, is not a slouch. This will give you 9+ hours at least. Again, some of these Louis Vuitton fragrances are sleepers. Some of them you don't really notice them, or they don't seem to. Maybe they give your nose fatigue, and sometimes I'll catch whiffs of these. Of these fragrances, even when I think they're gone, and they'll still keep going. There's aroma chemicals to some of these that keep on going. I don't know how Louis Vuitton did that, but if you want longevity, they got it. I wouldn't say that their fragrances are beast mode, but they will keep on going even after they're really not perceptible by you so much anymore. So after 7-8 hours, you might not notice what this one on you. Don't be deceived. It's still going to keep kicking on for 9+ hours and maybe even beyond for quite a while. So this will get you a day's worth wearing. Which for some people that's a lot of commitment, but some people expect that kind of performance out of a fragrance, especially at this price point, which we'll be talking about. This fragrance, though, with the with the compliment factor, you gotta be dressed the part. This is This fragrance doesn't have an overtly classy feeling to it, but I do think it would help if you had a very rugged, fancy, unique style of dressing, and maybe if you were dressed up a little bit fancy, I think it would help you pull off this fragrance. If you just wore this fragrance in dirty clothes and wrinkly clothes and just wear it out casually, this fragrance doesn't smell that animalic to make you smell skanky or dirty, but I think people would think that you were around a bonfire, or maybe were burning something, or maybe had just smoked a cigarette or something. This fragrance, you have to, I think it would help the image of this fragrance. Again, if you wore up, a black vest at least, or maybe a black suit, or maybe wore a black tie or something with this fragrance to help you pull this fragrance off. It's not a bad fragrance, but it didn't scare people away, but it certainly didn't help me get any kind of positive attention. Some people were surprised. Some people thought it was, a very confident, bold fragrance, but nobody was gushing over this fragrance like it was seductive, or they wanted to know what it was, or they had to buy it, or anything like that. So fantastic fragrance though in its own right. I do think that this fragrance is blended and comes together. I do think that there are more notes hidden up in the details of this fragrance that they don't tell us with the main accords, but it's really hard to pull them out of the fragrance. My biggest complaint with this fragrance, it is well blended. It's Jacques Cavallet. I can see his inspiration for this fragrance. It's not something that I personally would wear and recommend, especially for the price. This is more expensive than the regular Louis Vuitton fragrances. Their fragrances usually are about $265, which is already terribly expensive for 100 mils, in my opinion, for the quality and the blending and for what you're getting from this house. These fragrances, this one is from the higher end line. There's a few of them, is about $360. It's an extra $100. And it is oud, and I understand that, but again, they don't tell us where they source their oud, how natural it is, or how much naturals are here. Again, synthetic oud even is terribly expensive, so I understand that. But again, this fragrance is just a little bit strange. Again, it's medicinal and animalic. It's got both of it, and it's just quite daring to wear. It's woody, balsamic, savory, almost salty, and it's quite smoky. It's got a lot of things that would scare a lot of people away. So unless you're the most rugged, bold individual person who really prefers, a Western oud style fragrance that's wearable and maybe a little bit chic, but still a very bold individual who can pull something like this off, I think most people are not going to want to pay this, especially for the price. So for me, this is a no-go. I would not recommend this fragrance. There are plenty of oud fragrances that end up being more playful, or having citrus with them, or being a little bit more sweet, like Oud Satin Mood by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I'm probably saying that wrong, Kurkdjian. Anyways, this fragrance though is decent. Do give it a try. Come back to me. I think so, if I saw some people's blind reactions, this is one of those fragrances that wish that I had a smell camera, so I could see people's reactions and faces when they smell this fragrance. I think that this might shock and maybe scare away quite a few people out there. So anyways, let me know in the comment sections below, how do you feel about this fragrance? Do you like oud? Do you dislike oud? Do you have any interest in this fragrance at all? And did I do a good review representing it? Let me know in that comment section below. I do, I'm very grateful for you for sticking by to the end of the video. If you're a loyal viewer and a loyal watcher of my content, you know what to do to help this channel out down below. If me adding value to you and helping you explore fragrances, and that's what my channel is all about. So if you like this fragrance, even though I was a little bit critical of it, I hope that you do enjoy it. Wear it up, have a good time. Wear the fragrances that you love. Find the fragrances that you love. That's what this channel is all about, finding them and just enjoying fragrances and having a good time. I know somebody out there is going to like it. Again, let me know if you are that person in the comment section below. I want to know who you are. I want to know what you do for a living, and I want to know, how you wear it, what you dress like, and how you pull this fragrance off. Because for most people, this is going to be very difficult to wear. Anyways, have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll see you in the next video in review. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Peace out. Just have a good one. I'll see you soon, everybody. Peace out, and bye.